Today, I want to share some Bible verses that I feel like can resonate with the TE cognitive function. The last two videos I did, I talked about SE and FE, but today I want to get into TE. As I mentioned in the last two videos, the reason why I picked the extroverted functions instead of the introverted ones is because the extroverted functions are the gathering functions, or what I call the connector functions. I see them as how people relate to or connect with others. So by sharing some Bible verses that I feel like can resonate with each extroverted function, I hope that these can help people to better connect or relate with God and His Word. So TE, this is actually one that I have in my top four. I feel like those with TE tend to value productivity, efficiency, getting things done, seeing results, like accomplishing goals. I think another thing that I would say describes TE users is being more task oriented and yes, just accomplishing goals. And as a TE user myself, something that I appreciate is receiving help and accomplishing goals, or just getting tasks done, or whenever there's like a lot of stuff to do or like a heavy burden. I do appreciate receiving help in that. And so I think that something that TE users find important is team effort, if that means increased efficiency, productivity, and if that just means more things getting done and accomplished, probably preferably in a quicker or just a better manner. So here are some Bible verses that I feel like could really speak to TE users. The first one is Exodus 14, verse 14, which says, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Next one is Deuteronomy 20, verse 4, and it says, "For the Lord your God is the one who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you victory." And lastly, this verse comes from Psalm 121, verses 1 through 2, and it says, "I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." I feel like these verses could really speak to TE users because they show you that whenever you see a mountain before you or something in your life that you feel like needs to change, and you are just desperate to see results, something change in your life, these verses are a good reminder that God is your helper, and that God can bring about the results that you desire and hope to see. I just pray that these verses remind you that you have God's support, and that whenever you encounter obstacles or battles that are too big for you, that you remember that they're not too big for God. Nothing's too hard for God. He can accomplish anything, and He can give you the strength to accomplish anything as well. I hope this video was encouraging, and like I mentioned in my other ones, if you are unfamiliar with these terms like TE and extroverted functions, I am referring to the cognitive functions relating to the 16 personality types. If you do not know your personality type, you can Google 16 personalities test, and I recommend taking the one on truity.com because I think that one is more accurate. And if you want to learn about your cognitive functions, you can just Google your personality type plus cognitive functions, and you will see some websites that list those, and then you can read all about them.